All right, Randy Newman. I want to re-say Guy and Imperialis and our contact.
Yeah, so
Totally want to remember he is a guy. Randy Newman.
we
Okay.
can go and we
The
can go and
loot-
visit him again, I guess.
The loot
One
merchant
day.
Imperialis, whenever you make it back. All right. So where we left off last was you guys had raided a ship that turned out to be a legendary Legion's ship that had disappeared in the New World. A few of you guys got some nice souvenirs from there, and then essentially as the captain, Tazaquam came up and told you, it's like, yeah, we're going to start looting this place. You guys went, we've been here. Nah, you guys can stay. Bye. So you and Sergeant O'Call have taken off. And shortly as you were going away, you heard that essentially the band that went in there was destroyed, or was getting slaughtered mercilessly, and let out a huge burst of energy, culminating with your ship rocking and also a shadowy figure beginning to form right behind the helm. What would you guys like to do?
Well, my brother's right beside him, so my brother will begin.
All right. Well, where were both of y'all? Were both of y'all in the captain's quarters? Were both of y'all sitting there watching the ship? What was the deal?
I was in the captain's quarter with Gregory, and my brother went on helm.
Yeah, I was behind the helm.
Yeah, so he's right beside me.
Yeah, so Nard,
anything you have to say?
I was about to say, Nard, you turn around as this huge wave just kind of starts rocking the boat, and you're seeing this shadowy figure beginning to form. And it's taking I believe I explained it as the last session was ending. You're seeing it formed the shape of a person in armor. You're seeing a cape. You're seeing a sword beginning to form. So, anything you would like to do before
that
it
looks
finishes?
friendly.
I was about to say before you before it fully culminates. Anything you would like to do? Real time.
Oh wait,
Also,
real time. It's happening as you speak.
Yeah. Also,
well, metagaming me knows that this is a boss fight, so I mean.
Also, you would
Kinda
have
have
noticed
to
that the
stab
ship
this
rocked
guy.
like hell. All right.
I'd be like, oh god, they're gonna shake up my wine. Don't hit me. What are
And
you
then
doing?
you really
I got
slowly
a brush.
respond to it
I
with
will
your
hit you a white mustache.
5
like
initiative.
you already do.
Okay.
Bah!
Initiative.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will.
Yeah, no,
You're gonna
swing at it, I guess. This thing,
take it. Go ahead and roll me an attack, please.
okay.
Damn it. I'm really bad at typing these commands.
Okay, well, one of them was a crit.
All right. Well, with the crit, you will swing away, you will hack away, and you will actually hit it. There. Please roll me some damage.
Okay,
But
so
actually, roll me damage.
the 12 doesn't hit, though, right?
The 12 does not.
And for a crit, I'd roll the dice twice, so...
Actually, just only roll it once. DM rolling,
But
roll it
that's-
once.
Okay, crits aren't crits.
Just right now, you are attacking what you think is a shadowy ghost. So... Alright, so you got a 5. Alright, so you swing away. The cloud just kind of vaporizes around it, but it comes back. But you notice a small chunk of it is missing as you have hit. So, okay. As that was the surprise realm, he will take his next turn to go ahead and finish culminating.
Surrender?
Yeah, sure, he'll surrender. No, this ghost, full on, definitely the long cape, helm with the mohawk-looking thing that they have on there, whatever those are called. Big shoulder pads that come to the looks of eagles, and a nice long sword. Again, that looks very similar to the sergeant one that you have in, and it's twice as long as any of the other swords you've seen, but it's quite obviously this is like a commander, old commander figure. However, he spent the rest of his time to finish becoming full, so now it is your turn.
Okay. Attacking again.
Go ahead and Roll me the attack rolls. Anything else?
22 and 11.
22 and 11. The 11 misses, but the 22 hits. Go ahead and roll.
Wow, I'm getting such amazing damage rolls.
4, baby. That's a crit. Isn't that not a crit?
That's a crit damage roll. I don't know how you get a crit once you're rolling damage already, but
I consider it a crit.
yeah, no, I actually just have a -16 penalty to my attack.
Well, as you swing, once again, you go and hit this figure. Again, it feels like you're just swinging at the air, but so every time it just starts clouding and coming back together, you notice like small bits of it are still kind of fuzzy and whatnot. All right, now it is. Anything else you would like to do before it becomes its turn?
Well, if I leave the helm, does it look like we're gonna run into rocks or anything?
Nah, you're fine right now. Open sea.
He's a good captain. He's like,
then
either fight at the helm or die at the helm.
Even though you
then I is going to leave the helm.
You're gonna leave the helm, or are you gonna leave out of his area of control and invite out?
Oh wait, actually, yeah, that's a good point. I forget about that. In that case, then I will use action surge.
Action surge. All right. Wait, don't you get that?
Let's take another action.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get to that level 3.
Yeah, he does.
18 and 10.
Wait, level 3? Yeah, I was about to say you're not level 3 just yet.
Wait, you don't get that until level 3?
To my knowledge, it's level 3, or is it level 2? 1 second.
It might be level 2.
It should be on my. You get second wind to begin with, and then you get.
Action
oh no,
surge.
we got action surge. It's level 2.
All right, never mind. I do apologize. Action surge it away.
Okay.
Bastard.
Yeah, I already swing.
All right, 18 hits, 10 misses.
Oh, can't wait to do a whole 4 damage.
Ah, you actually did something there. Well, again, like I said, you keep swinging away, just hacking away, and it just ridiculously just starts like smoking up, but he always seems to come back together. Just still a slightly foggy or less clear than it was before. So that would be 8 damage to him. And that will be 33. All right. So, it is now his turn to attack, and he will roll. He will come at you with an attack, just swinging his sword, his very long sword, and coming right at you. D20 plus strength modifier. We'll just roll that. All right, is your AC lower than 19?
Yeah, I got plates, so mine's 18.
All right. Well, he will hit you. He will hit you with
his compensation blade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The compensation blade. This thing is going to hurt. All right, so he got 12 damage coming across.
That's half your health.
Yeah.
He does as much damage as I do on a crit, as I would have done on a crit.
He comes across, grabbing with both hands, and just swings it across you. Again, you've been hitting him, and it feels like air, but this definitely wasn't air. It just comes across, hits you alongside your torso, sends you flying away from the helm, and actually causing it to turn a little bit. And you will notice that the ship suddenly starts turning as the helm has lost control.
Gregory, get up there and find out what's wrong. Meanwhile, I pull up my 2 swords. I'm going to yell at my brother. So I'm going to try to find out where my brother's at, and I'm going to have send Gregory up to the helm.
All right.
When I get out there, I'm going to immediately, I guess, notice that there's a fight happening.
You go ahead and roll yourself some initiative, please.
Oh, really? So we're not counting as 5 from earlier?
6, baby.
Oh.
No, we're not.
Slightly better. Slightly better.
All right. Well, Gregory actually gets to go next then. So.
Gregory. 18.
I believe actually Gregory gets to go first. So he runs out. He essentially runs out and looks up and sees he sees the tail end of Nard just flying up against the side and grabbing his side, just and the shadow figure just slowly beginning to come at him, and he just looks at you. He's like, "Boss, we got ourselves a problem." And then he is going to use his full movement to go up there and stand right next to Nard. Stand up next to Nard with his sword that you gave, or I don't think you gave him a sword. Yeah, he didn't get a sword, so he has his hand axe ready. That would bring us up to Nard. Your turn.
Okay, well, I got little else to do besides attack.
All right, run up and hit him.
Take a long
Wait
rest.
until 3rd level.
Oh,
Hey,
both hit. Swing away, good sir.
okay, attack number 1, max damage.
11.
Attack number 2, 8 damage.
All right. You after getting swung and hit by this sword, this ridiculous sword, you're pretty pissed off apparently, and you just come up and just start like again going to town on him. This time you're pretty sure you see like waving through some smoke or something like that. If you've ever messed with a campfire and it just starts going everywhere. Again, takes a second, comes back together, but it's starting to look pretty foggy. You've done some pretty significant damage to it. This will bring us to, I believe I rolled a 6 for its initiative, right? I rolled a 5. So no, actually it is your turn in.
Brother, what the fuck happened here? How far away is he from me?
You've come out. He's up top essentially, so you'd have to go upstairs. It'd probably be about 20 feet or so. 20, 30 feet.
Okay, well, I'm gonna run straight up 20 feet. I'm gonna go. Oh shit, brother. No one hits my brother but me. And I'm gonna longsword him. Oh, I got a 23 and a 22. What do you say?
I'd say both those hit. Swing damage, please.
Okay,
and
so
one of those I think has a different weapon profile. You told me.
it does. It's 2d8. So I'm gonna do.
Oh, you got a 2d8 longsword?
I know, right?
Nice, yeah.
It was during that battle that we had that fight. You remember?
Oh, yeah. Actually, though, that's like...
I did 21 damage to it.
Damn! You come along and just no one hits my brother but me, and you take a stab at it, and then quickly bring the sword around, and you see the cloud just start to vaporize. Would you like to do anything else to drop that hammer, sir?
Oh, is that death?
That's death. I didn't give it enough HP apparently.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm going to
that was
use an
50
action
health.
surge, and I'm going to use my breath. Oh, wait. I don't have any. I'm going to take an action surge. I'm going to take a deep breath.
Actually, you do technically have your breath because you had your HP back, right? So
Yeah, I did. Oh, so I'm going to use my breath at its fall. Just for the hells of it, because
You freeze them together and he survives.
I want that sword. Yeah. No. So yeah, you just do that. You do your breath. The chunks of ice just kind of fall from where you had gotten. He was too far gone. So the chunks are just falling on the ground. Yeah, you successfully won
Perfect.
a very easy boss fight apparently.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
like I
best
got
part
one
about that is
attack
I got
off. That
nothing.
was...
I heard nothing from
Okay, so
Robert
we can
Smith.
expect second boss fight to be really overpowered.
Yeah. That was 50 health
Well,
that you
question-
went through.
Out of game, what was his AC and his health was 50?
His health was 50, AC 16.
Ooh, we were really lucky then.
Yeah.
Because that spider that you guys fought at level 3 in my campaign was AC 13, health 50, and that was really hard for you guys to fight.
Was that total party
So
kill?
No, it wasn't a total
it was
party
a
fight.
no one got killed. They did a second way of fighting. They burnt the entire place down.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
back into character, I'm like, fucking shit, brother, what the hell happened here? Did you at least burn the ship like I told you? I'm gonna look. Can I see the ship off in the distance?
We left before we left once Robert had declared the ship unburnable from how wet it was.
Yeah. Well,
That was in last session.
You've now left the ship. You now look at the ship, and as the ice on the ground just kind of starts to melt, you see the ship just suddenly start like breaking in half, and just kind of like doing this number where it's just starting to go up, and the middle is just starting to sink in half, and you can tell it's almost like it's being sucked into a vortex and just going down.
Brother, do you think there's any survivors?
I'm gonna estimate 3. I'm gonna say.
Do you want to go back there and see if they're alive?
Nah. Wait a minute. They wouldn't be survivors if they weren't alive.
And at this point, O'Call comes out and is like, "What the hell? I sense necromancy."
O'Call, I'm going to be frank with you, man. I just straight up showed up and killed this beast that came out of this. I don't know where he came from. Just this ghost showed up, and I just my brother got his ass handed to him. I just showed up and just hacked it in half.
Tis but a scratch.
That being said, my brother does look injured. Why don't you heal him, and I will take the helm? No, I won't. Gregory, my man, you take the helm. Where's Idear?
I think he's down below, keeping an eye on the leak, sir. As he winks at you.
I'm going to go downstairs and go check on Idear.
Okay. Well, O'Call he looks back at the ship and goes, "What the hell happened back there?"
My brother broke it with his fire breath, duh.
Duh, obviously. Us Dragonborn, we're super mythological creatures, so.
He rolls his eyes, quite honestly, not wanting to continue this, and he begins to walk away. He also motions for you, Nard, Nard, for you to follow him so he can help tend your wounds. Essentially, you can take a short rest, and it'll count as a full rest for you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go downstairs. Yeah. I'm going to go check on Idear. Because it just dawned on me that there's a leak on the bottom of the ship that could be cracked at any moment.
Yeah,
I was thinking, poor planning of you. We got to get back to town and repair that.
Yeah, so Idear's sitting there in the cargo hold, just sitting there with the leak in between his legs, quite obviously. So if it would spray, not only would it be an embarrassing thing to have to answer to the crew, he would notice it. But he's asleep, legs straddling the leak.
Part of me wants to break this leak and embarrass Idear. The other part of me doesn't want to have the ship sink.
I mean, you gotta just judge, is it worth it?
What would his character do? This is where the DM is trying to see where his alignment truly is.
I want to examine the room around us for a moment. Tell me about the room around us.
The room is the cargo hold. There's nothing really of note.
Cargo.
Unless you want to roll perception.
Well, we had wood placed all around the ship. I just want to know if there's any wood nearby that I can easily...
Yeah, you still have that. You have that wood stockpile that was in the crate next to the leak.
All right, so I'm gonna go down there and examine this patchwork. Gregory hinted that it could be broketed easily, so I want to see how easily it can be broketed. Perception. 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you look at the leak, it's perfectly fine.
No, I'm looking to see if it's easily broken.
Oh, it still is easily broken. You can tell it's thick enough to where it stops the water, but all it would take is a good swift back of the sword hit to break it.
I take out my sword.
Also, with the roll of a 20, you're also hearing footsteps coming from the captain's quarters. It's very, very faint, but there's someone in your room. O'Call's area.
So weird that I'm on the very bottom floor of the ship in the cargo hold, and I can hear people in my captain's quarter.
Well, they must have just gotten a 1 on their stealth, and they just started going stomping.
If you're there, you rolled a 20, and then your ears are just all for it. You're focusing on that, but your ADD is just like, what?
Okay,
got
I'm gonna
22,
I'm gonna
20
kick
hearing.
the leak real hard, and then I'm gonna run upstairs to go see what happened.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna kick the leak real hard, hoping that Gregory will wake up. I mean, not Gregory. Idea will wake up and patch the hole immediately, and I'm gonna run straight up to the captain's quarter, kick
Oh.
and run. We'll have to roll.
All right, Nard. At this point, you would have been put to sleep, I imagine, right? Or were you just simply
Sure.
resting? Okay. Okay, then you don't have anything to do. You hear from behind you, "What the fuck?" And this is you. You hear, "What the fuck?" And you hear like feverish like lumber being moved around. You know the sound that 2x4s sound like when they hit each other.
All right, I leave Idea to hopefully save the ship as I run all the way back to the captain's quarter. If I pass any crew members, I send them down to the hole to go help him.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not suicidal.
So the captain's quarters is still.
Oh wait,
like,
you're not.
The
We're
captain's
gonna do the all goblin campaign.
So the captain's quarters is set up, if you remember, the first small area is actually Sergeant O'Call's area. It's where the emissary of the Queen sits to make sure that the ship is, properly, if you remember the setup. It's his room, then your room behind a sheet. You come into the first room and slam it open. There are no lights whatsoever. No lights. Your brother's asleep, snoring. Apparently, O'Call used some pretty good drugs on him, but O'Call, you see over his desk, slumped over.
I'm gonna pinch my brother and O'Call awake, with whatever means necessary.
Your brother's in a deep drug-induced sleep.
Yeah, your
I'm
brother's
going-
in a drug-induced sleep there.
I'm gonna kick Aldal. No, I'm not. That's dumb. I'm gonna wake him up and I'm gonna look for light.
Well, you go over to O'Call first and do the pinch. He just slumps over and just falls over. He's still breathing, but you kind of vaguely notice that there's a nice knot on the back of his head.
If I knew we could knock this man out so easily, I would never at any point have any fear of him. I would have knocked him out and threw him overboard a long time ago. I'm now just ranting it loudly about how I hate how easily knocked out he is. And then I'm going to look for light, and I'm going to try to go into my room.
Well, before as you say that, you hear, "I kind of like your style. Come from your area. Come from your room."
Look around and be look
She-
around there and be like, I hope it's a beautiful woman waiting for me in that room and not some sadistic psychopath. Axe murderer, no. I'm going to open the door.
Well, behind you see your the area. If you remember, there's your bed off to the side. All these things. All these like shelves and whatnot, navigation charts and all that, and there's a big center desk. Well, at your desk, there's a very, very dark figure just over your desk, feet on it, leaning back as like, sorry to disappoint.
Oh, not an axe murderer? Great. Do I know who you are? Can you introduce yourself? Hey, my name's Targaryen Inn. I don't knock people out and not introduce myself.
Oh, I introduced myself.
I obviously introduced myself before I knocked people out,
Listen, it's the
as
best.
per tradition.
Listen, the Targaryens have a weird role and traditions, but we know what we need to do to be polite. Now, I see you've clearly incapacitated one of my friends here, and I just want to know, hey, how you doing? What are you doing in my office? I'm going to walk towards my desk. Is there another chair on the opposite side of the desk?
There's stools all over the place. If there's a.
I'm going to take that chair, and I'm gonna sit it like this.
All right. I like your style.
Like a cool kid.
I like your style, kid. You're one
Kid.
of the. You're one of the few. You're one of the few that have come from outside that I've actually tend to kind of enjoy. I've seen what you've been doing here. However, I don't appreciate you taking out a few of my scions.
Do you mean scones?
My scions, my minions, my slaves, and it's just. It all
I'm going to be
depends on the
frank with you, my
vocabulary.
friend. To be frank with you, my friend.
One
if
of
you're
them that you
thinking
took
of
out
the,
was the
word
scone
that I'm
chef.
thinking of. It is called scone. Scion. I know how to read. You, sir.
Are educated, sir.
You, sir, are making me really tense right now. I'm trying to relax all cool like, and you're sitting at my desk, and I just want to know who you are. I want to know who to write on the grave.
Is that a challenge, good sir? And behind him, he just makes this motion. You see him pull nothing up, but suddenly a black fire cloud just begins, and he pulls out this huge battle axe and just slams it on the table, hands up, ready. It's like, I can do a challenge.
Can you?
Name.
You, sir, are not understanding my challenges, do you? Why would I want to fight you one-on-one, mano a mano, or mano a demono? Not that I'm saying you're a demon.
Actually,
Lord knows people call me dragon.
Racist against tieflings.
Yeah, I didn't describe him. I do apologize. As you got close to him, he is black pupil, pale white skin, pulled back, very, very big jaw, almost like an orc, but he has horns in the back as though he was a tiefling. So he's just sitting there, very large figure too, and he's still looking at you. It's like with his battle axe.
Hey,
well,
by the way,
yeah.
Can I do the level up to level 3 while you're doing
Yeah.
this?
While you're asleep.
Well, yeah. Go level up while we're doing this. I don't know who you are, and I wouldn't want to fight you. I'm not dumb. Clearly, you big brooding demon. Hey, how you doing? Ain't it? It's so fucking nice. I had like two to three helpings of them. Ain't it? I fucking loved it. It was delicious.
Oh,
Dad,
no, you're full health, Aiden.
Huh?
You're full health. Because Okal actually...
Oh, that was to increase the hit point maximum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I rolled badly on that.
You rolled really not great.
Well, with DM ruling, if it's less than what you automatically would get, you get that.
You'd automatically get a 5+ Constitution.
Okay.
So you automatically get about 7. But yeah, no, I listen here, demon or tiefling or sadly misunderstood man. I don't know. People call me lizard all the time, so I mean, I understand about being triggered by other people.
By being triggered.
And here, people call me a god.
Well, dear God, unless you're Calypso, I have not been told about any other ones. So do tell me, who are you?
Your people are not familiar with me. Mostly the people of this realm are. I don't think name is entirely important. What I want to know is, what are you here for?
Shits and giggles, my friend. I want money and I want to have fun along the way. And if someone dies along the route, someone dies along the route. But so long as I make my coin and I have fun, I'm fine either way. And you know, just maybe a little bit of mischief in the pastime, who's to hurt? Well, I mean, aside from the person getting mischief put upon, but I'm not contemplating that right now. I'm more contemplating about the coin and the fun. And I'm gonna blow what little ice I have left in me.
Thank you. Taking up.
He looks you up and down and says, "You know, I came on this ship with full intention of doing to you what I've done to everybody else who's come into this realm. But I think the mistress would like you. So I think I'm gonna let you leave."
Before you do leave, mistress. She a 3, she a 10.
Don't talk about the lady of our cult that way. And then he stands up. By the way, I think you'd enjoy knowing this. The island on the heading of the compass, southwest 15 degrees. Follow that straight. You'll hit a small island. You'll find a man there. Talk to him, and you might learn more about this. By the way, name's Mark. And then suddenly just boom, he disappears into a black flame and cloud and disappears.
I'm just talking to myself now. I feel like he doesn't know that mark is a term used to kill people. You know, they're my mark. It's so sad. And I'm going to turn back over and I'm going to go kick the bed nearby my brother and be like, just really could use you right now.
Roll me a strength check, please.
Strength
How
check?
much of a strength check does it take to like wake somebody up who's
From a coma?
in a
I
drug-induced coma?
12.
Not that.
5 on it, baby.
Not that, but you do kick one of the bedposts a little bit loose, and now it just kind of wiggles every time he snores.
Well, I'm going to go about doing passive stuff now until everyone else wakes up, and I'm going to level myself up as well.
Hey, go ahead and level yourself up. Go ahead and choose your fighters. Let's see here. You guys are easy because I don't have to change pages.
Oh yeah, I'm Battle Master, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going Battle Master too. I'm not a moron.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue sitting in this weird post.
Also, isn't it a thing where battle masters automatically get top of initiative?
Certain level, I think. I don't think it's whenever you first level.
Emulate. Not every fighter absorbs well-rounded fire system. It depends on what you choose. It looks like when you choose this archetype at the 3rd level, you learn maneuvers.
Yeah. The maneuvers are obviously what you want.
You learn 3 maneuvers. Yeah, 3 maneuvers of your choice, and you have to choose them. And your maneuvers include. Yeah, your maneuvers are like on the other page, and there's like 50 of them. So, or not 50 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, like 10 or 12.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bust out the actual book.
All right.
I got the player handbook bookmark. So
yeah, it's on the next page on that.
I also have bookmarks. See, bookmarks.
Wow, that's hacks. Anyways, Riptos, obviously.
Fighter, all right.
Or Poste, actually, I believe it's pronounced.
Ulrip, the greatest spell in hack.
I'm also going to make a note of what N has just done.
I have rolled a 6.
All right, well, you keep 6 then?
Oh, dude, it's D8. It's D10, not D8. You rolled under. You rolled a D8, and then I rolled a D8. We're supposed to roll D10s for health.
Well, go ahead and roll. And if you roll less than a 5...
And don't forget your draconic... or you can take a 6. It's either a 6 or a D10 plus your Constitution modifier. And because we're Draconian, Dragonborn, we get to add 1 to that as well.
God, I'm going to have to beef up these enemies so hardcore to try and do anything beyond now.
No. Trust me. That battle should have not gone the way.
It should not have gone like that, just rolling all those 20-plus things.
I should not have rolled as amazingly as I did.
I think your problem is you gave them surprise. You gave us a round of surprise. Yeah. And then you had them reform for another round. Well, you said you wanted to take a
swing at them, and I didn't feel right. It's like, nah, go ahead. If you hit a nat 20, then you get them. You rolled a nat 20. Fuck, you hit a ghost before it completely materializes. Fuck it. That was literally my reasoning.
Fuck it anyway.
Yeah, that's literally my reasoning. That's why I said roll a normal attack.
I believe we are in need of a DM ruling. Do it. Let me be the tank.
Keep it.
Penalize him.
Keep it. I normally say you have to get the 5, but I am going to penalize you for that one.
Okay, now your laughing is going on too long. This is like the Breaking Bad scene where he falls into crawl space.
End of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that how the episode ended too?
Yeah.
I'm lovely. Dude, I'm so doing this all without really having this keyboard in an appropriate
All right. Well,
nice use of the English language.
While you guys are doing this, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna head back to Imperialis, or are you gonna head back to that heading that that Mark told you to go?
I would like to vote with my brother and say, let's go back to Imperialis, sell the armor, get rid of some of the crew, and get ourselves our own crew, and we'll come back. But I'll leave it.
Why fire the crew to hire a crew?
I don't want to pay them.
But. So are we just gonna fire every crew the day before payday?
I have a flaw that I'm shrewd with my coins.
For the record, okay. Guys, since you signed this, essentially you signed the same contract. When the guys originally came on, they didn't agree to a paycheck. They agreed to a share of the loot. Anything that they could get their hands on and carry. That was what they agreed to.
What they can take. So our breastplates aren't counting.
The 3 breastplates that we took on top of the one my brother's wearing and the one that Ideas. Well, that's 5 for us, 2 for the queen, and nothing else got looted. Everything else I'm holding on to that I stole from battles, I'm holding on to.
Essentially, that's why your crew was a little bit depressed that they were heading back, but then they saw the ship like starting to sink and they heard the battles. It's like, no, I think I'd rather go home. Fuck
Good
this
men.
place. So yeah,
dude, next level we get ability scores improvements.
Yeah, and then you're gonna increase your charisma, so you can play a bard. I can already multi-class a bard.
I just want to go bard for 5 levels. That way I get to have the crazy good charisma, and then go back to fighting. That's all I care about. Okay, roll a plus 20 to my charisma. All right, now go straight to hell. Expertise, baby. You believe anything I
have convinced the entire town to slit their own throats.
By the way, for the record, the encounter with Mark was supposed to go a whole different way, but since your alignment since your character is the way he is, he actually completely avoided a lot.
Oh. By me just constantly talking in circles?
You get to keep all of your fingers. No. Congratulations.
By you promise.
Congratulations indeed.
I'll just say you said a few things during that conversation that were like, I like this guy. I don't think I'll slaughter him and his crew. I'm gonna see what happens.
Because I like mischief, baby.
Hey, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I get what's your ruling on disarming?
Well, which one?
A disarming attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, one superiority die is expended, like all of them. And you force it to drop an item that it's holding.
That's fine with it.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
But like, what's your rule on them picking it back up again?
I mean, if you hit it out, they have to take a action to pick it up.
Okay. Yeah, then that's definitely worth it.
Dude, the maneuvers I'd like would probably be disarming, evasive footwork, and probably either lunging attack or parry.
Lunging is.
I like
lunging,
it. Yeah.
Lunging's kind of. Okay.
I mean,
it'd be good if you were doing like pole arms and stuff like.
Yeah, maybe. Repose actually is pretty good.
Yeah, riposte or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, I think it's riposte.
It's riposte.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that I have.
How many superiority dice do you guys have?
4 to start out with.
4? Yep. Okay.
I am superior. Riposte.
I will be the Chuhakuge.
I don't like it when you do that. I still don't.
What?
I just don't.
When I do what?
You know what you do. I'm not giving you this moment, bastard.
So if we start playing Naruto
music
in the background...
you're triggered because you're a weeaboo.
Go straight to hell. Outside of this game, I've decided that if we ever get into another game that I can run, I'm running it just like Skyrim.
No.
I can't help it.
Meaning all the loot is on the enemies?
No. That it will be a map of Skyrim, and I'll run my own things with it. Like straight up Skyrim, baby. Because I've been playing it nonstop.
Yeah, I want to get back into that game.
Dude, I did 400 hours in it, and with all the mods that I have on this, it's a completely new game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you do that, I'm probably gonna spend all my time in Riften. Just be like, I'm king of the Thieves Guild, motherfuckers.
I have a feeling that won't work that well.
I would like to go all the way up to that one island where there was the mountains inside. Okay, you know the DLC where there was that one island.
Solstice.
Yes, that's it. And you know how there were those like short little people who threw javelins at everybody.
Yeah, they're the best.
I'm gonna be a goblin monk and I'm gonna take over them and I'm gonna be the king.
I liked whenever you went down to that mead hall where they took over and you're like, king of the fucking things, let me go get you ale. And then he's like, bro, my people are your people now. And then you just get like a bunch of them that follow you around randomly. It's probably great. And you can take their spears and use as arrows because they're so tiny.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, where are we going? Are we going home or do you want to continue on?
Yeah, after a few hours, you finally do wake up all refreshed and whatnot on your wiggly bed, Nard. And your brother's just sitting there kind of looking over you really creepily.
Hi.
How are you doing, my little angel?
Huh?
You want to go home and sell our loot? Or do
You sound
wanna...
really weird.
Hey, do you want to go home?
I mean,
Sell our
what
loot?
you're saying is weird, but your mic is sounding weird. What's he's talking about? Yeah. Vamonos. Let's return to Imperialis.
All right. So I'm gonna let Gregory know we're returning to Imperialis. I'll tell everyone else that we're heading home, because we don't have the amount of crew that we need to continue onwards. And then we just take our chances going back home.
All right. Well,
This time, Scylla know secretly that we made a good bit of money out of this, and that she'll be getting a nice cut.
all right. Well, you have a few days. Well, not a few days. You have like 2 days before you actually get back to Imperialis. Seeing if Gregory actually does remember the way, because remember it's very heavily misted. There's very heavy mists and whatnot. So, haha. And I'll let you know. So go ahead and say what you want to do and the amount of time that you would take to get to Imperialis.
I'm going to spend my time in the captain's quarters, being all captainy.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for fine cloth to wear, and just really be not great.
Be not great.
Be just the worst.
Are you gonna steal all the captain's clothes?
I mean, the captain's dead, so.
Is it stealing from the dead?
It is.
It's called grave robbing, but.
Not in the grave.
It's grave robbing, but there's no graves.
All right, so Nard, what are you gonna be doing?
I got nothing to do on this boat.
You got nothing? All right. Well, then a few days pass. All right. Has anybody talked to perhaps the guy at the helm, or about navigation charts or which heading he's supposed to be going?
Oh well, I assume that
guy
they're
I
automatically
assume
using.
that while we're there, we're not ignoring the fact that we have to be navigating.
All right.
Like, there's This is the time period. Where
Okay,
there's
everyone-
navigation tools, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's sextants. We have sextants, baby.
Okay.
Hey.
I keep on talking to Scylla about the sextant I have.
All right. Well, seeing that then. Okay. So you guys make it back in a time that's a little bit longer. You have to talk to Idir as he takes the helm in between shifts, because the two of them rolled a 6. So it takes a little bit longer than expected
By
to
the
get to Imperialis, but you get back there probably about 2 or 3 days.
Could I just say, we have the crew, and none of them more qualified to steer the boat than Idir.
I figured those were the 2 that you guys were doing. Keeping your own guys close.
Of course, baby. That's how I would run. We would be dead, but we would be in charge. All right.
All
So
right, so
we
you-
get our way back to Imperialis.
You make your way back. You make port. Okal looks at you and goes. He had woken up and he still has a really, really big bump in his head, but he's like, "Well, I see no mischief really that happened besides the fact I got knocked out." But did you guys? What was the story you guys told him to explain that away?
I'm going to say that one of the beasts came out of the sea and knocked him out. There are necromancers
Flying
everywhere.
rats.
But
Alright.
luckily, he was saved by me, the amazing Targaryen who
And me,
slayed.
the sleeping Targaryen heart.
Yeah, we just totally were the best people ever. We just straight up glacked them.
All right.
I was on a D&D heroin or whatever, so I was like conscious.
You're more or less on like really, really
He-
hardcore morphine, so.
Yeah.
All we know is that my brother is shaking now. We don't know what he needs. Just
Listen,
need
man.
to fix.
You know one of those armors? Yeah, I gotta get one of those armors, man. Anyways, so you make it back, and he looks at y'all, still rubbing his head a little bit, and he's like, "Well, for what it's worth, we survived. I'll return these to the port captain's office. You probably should report there too. Let him know that there was a change of plans along with my paperwork. All in all, the city is yours. Just don't cause trouble for right now.
City is yours.
I'm gonna just go." And he starts wandering off.
Okay, I'm gonna pull my brother close and it's like, let's hawk this stuff that we got. We'll send Gregory to go do all the paperwork for us, and we'll have Idir be our pack mule.
You're also greeted at the docks by a huge crowd of people that are looking up in wonderment. Remember, not many people come back, so it's like they're sitting there regaling small children as you're like starting to get off the boat, and you're seeing people come off the boat, so they're like, "Tell me about the land, tell me your stories," kind of thing. You see a few of the old crew sitting there trying to make up some stories of the high seas, but you can tell that this is quite an affair.
I'm gonna turn
Hey,
our
by
brother.
the way-
You're in charge of that.
Whenever I try to do the whole like I am the third legion thing, is that just like a performance check or whatever?
I mean, he is performing.
Well, no, as you, well, yeah, you can, but at the same point, you come off the boat, nobody really, they recognize the three, and it's like, the third legion. No wonder he made it back.
Yeah, we butchered the entire third legion, baby.
Murdered them all.
You want some armor? And some swords. I got some nice swords.
It'll only be 10,000 gold pieces. That's a joke. Don't take that seriously.
The merchants just sit there and blink. We don't have that.
Oh, well, I guess you don't get this amazing reliquware that we have, do you? So yeah, no, whenever we get off, I'm going to tell Gregory to go report it in, tell him that I'm the new captain, and my brother and myself are currently heading the ship back. The ship is theirs, and we had nothing. I'm going to then turn to Idea and tell him to empty out the stores from the bottom of the ship. Whatever's left, take them and move them into an inn. We now control that. That's our spoils. To the rest of the crew that's there, we're going to tell them that we're going to try to get them some form of compensation. We don't know how we can afford it because we didn't get anything really good out of it. And
after we were bragging about our 10,000 gold piece armor.
We didn't get anything of wealth, man. I mean...
Well, you just,
I'm gonna tell them
I'm
that
assuming
you
guys
can
are
all
still at
have
the
5
docks, just
copper
sitting there,
pieces.
like, hollering at the people. It's like holding up your wares. It's like 10,000 gold, 10,000. Anybody? No? Okay, let's go next. 5,000 gold.
No, we're going to go down to the market and try to sell our stuff with our friend
Randy
Newman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well,
He's our contact.
Yeah, as you guys get up there, you see a blue tent in the market, and there are lutes and all sorts of musical instruments hanging from the tent. And he looks up and is like, "The brothers! Long time no see. How have you been?"
Can you sing There's a Jungle Out There?
For 7 copper, I'll do anything you want.
I give him 1 copper.
He said 7.
Oh, you know what? I have 76. I'll give him 7.
Oh, shit.
He had 69, baby. That's the magic number. I give him 7 copper.
All right, what was the song?
It's a jungle out there. Do 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 do. By Randy Newman. It's the opening to Monk.
All right. So he pulls out his lute and he starts playing.
I demand my copper back.
Sorry,
so
laddie. And
No,
he puts the gold in his back pouch. He's like, "Sorry, no, them's the deals.
all right, well,
What can I
Randy,
do for you?"
we have some gear that we would like to sell, and we would like to use you to help us get this gear sold.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Legion 3 relics found out at sea. We're talking 5 Gladys swords that they had, okay? We're talking... You want to keep your armor? I'm going to assume he wants to keep his armor. We're talking 4 armor plate mail from the 3rd Legion. We're talking...
Note that it's actually 3 armor.
No, because there's the one that Idea has on. I'm taking.
Oh, yeah.
4 breastplate armor, and 1 massive banner and sail of the third Legion. You think you know anyone that would buy all that?
I don't
We're
believe you
talking-
have this stuff. The third
I-
legion's a
I-
myth.
Well,
I
he sees
pull
me
out-
wearing it, though, right?
I point to my brother's armor. We have it. And then I also show him one of the short blades that I took from the soldiers.
He just sits there in shock and looks at it and just looks over it. Well. Are you sure you want this? He's speechless, quite obviously. He can't figure out how to say this. He's like, I'll do some digging around and see if I can find somebody who will give you what it's actually worth. Have you tried? He starts looking around all around the marketplace.
I was also thinking maybe we could, Randy, if you know a way for me to get into the Port Royal and talk to whoever's in charge of the Imperialis, nobility or not.
Uh-oh, did we just lose him?
Yeah, he don't bother recalling him. He went away, which means his internet dropped.
Uh-oh.
So he'll pop back in a few moments. So
Okay.
we're anyone that would sell it, and if you don't know of anyone, maybe we can talk to the nobility.
He was about to say. Let me go digging around in the noble quarters. Maybe there's somebody who collects this stuff and would very much like to drop a pretty gold for it. I would offer it to you, but I don't have the gold to offer you for this fine of a piece, unless you're willing to part with one of these as he holds up the sword for like 5 silver.
5 whole silver. Wow.
Yeah, I figured.
No.
And he puts it down. It's like I figured as much. Yeah. So
But you know what, Randy? And I pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, Randy, hey, brother.
Welcome back.
Randy wanted to buy one of our short blades of the 3rd Legion for 5 silver. You know,
Easy to cut off one of his toes.
He was saying it jokingly. It's like, unless you're willing to part with it for like dirt cheap, I can't buy it. But I'll see if I can find somebody who will.
Randy, you know about Rorik von Klossberg, right? And I wink at him.
Yeah.
Well, Rorik von Klossberg might be looking for a steward one day. And whenever he does, maybe. But give me this gold now, and we can do a little good fun there, and I'll pay you a fee, finder's fee, if you can get us the proper amount of money for it.
I think I can do that for you, Letty. Until then, keep a close eye on it. There's going to be people with wandering eyes. Not many come back from the new land. Uh-oh, again. Not many.
I turn to my brother, who's soulless, and go, why? Why?
Those drugs, man. Those drugs. He's just in and out. The lights are on. You can tell about 50% of the time someone's actually there or not.
I'm just worried that my brother has a heroin addiction.
But either way, he's like, I'll see what I can do. Not many people come back from the Isle. So
Yes.
Not the Isle.
You-
The
new lands.
The new lands.
Randy, please, my friend. Randy.
Give me a few days. Give me a few days time.
All right. Then I'm going to group up with Scylla, her son, Idir, and Gregory with my brother, and we're going to meet in at a... I'm going to look for the nicest hotel around and try to buy a room.
Let's see here. Nicest area. Let's see here. For you and your gear?
For me, my gear, and my new family of slaves.
Well, at the corner of the merchants area and just at the corner of the rich quarter where the two meet, there is actually a very, very large building, a nice plaza, fountains even included, and it's called the Captain's Call. And
Yeah, right there, right near the church, right past the market.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to go down to the Captain's Call. I'm going to go walk in and see whoever I could see and talk to them about a room.
Well, people look at you up and down as you come in. They hadn't quite heard, and your brother still just kind of stands at the market, just the static in the eye look. It's
No, I'm dragging him with me by his tail.
Okay.
As brothers do, I grabbed his tail and walked with him.
Still with the static in the eye, as though it's just frozen in place, just AFK, AFK.
Boy.
So he's sitting there, and you drag him in, and has people look you up and down in this place. It's like, what are the slums doing here? And then they see the armor. It's like,
oh no, we don't have the armor. We don't have the armor actually visible. We have as much only armor. The only armor visible is my brother's wearing one. Everything else we have.
They see that armor. They see that armor.
Yes.
And then they quickly look away and go back to what they were doing, trying very hard not to look at eye contact. You walk up to
I go down to the desk and I'm like, hey, good day. My name is Rorik von Klausberg, and I'm going to look as regal as possible.
Rorik von Klausberg. You a new arrival? We haven't heard of you here.
I pull out my documentation that I've pre-written about Rorik von Klausberg, showing it out there, saying that I'm a distant relative of a distant relative of a distant relative. I am. Who's the queen again? I need her.
Good God, it's been a while since I've had to look at that page. Give me a moment. It is queen. It is Empress. Let's see here. Nope, that's not for that. That's for that.
Aiden's back.
Empress Phobos Vasila.
Empress who?
Empress Phobos Vasila.
Okay, I go, hello. I am the third cousin of Empress. Yeah.
I was trying to make food and kept closing the laptop, so.
Oh, it's all good.
You bastard.
Your brother suddenly comes out of his drug-induced coma, shakes it away. It's like, where are we? You're in the middle of
as this happens, I pull my brother closer and I'm like, hey, we're in the nicest hotel right now, and my name is Rorik von Klausberg. You know my brother, Klaus von Werkberg.
Klaus von Klausberg.
Klaus von Klausberg. You're my brother, Klaus von Klausberg. And if you would mind just keeping note of what I say. Okay, so Queen, fucking, what's her name again? Keep on saying it.
Phobos. I'll write it in the chat over here. So.
Yeah, we should know what the queen's name is.
Yeah, the Empress.
Yeah.
Well, I am the third cousin of the sister's brother's uncle's wife of Phobos
Vasila.
Vasila.
So you're going to try to scam her out of money.
It's actually Greek, but yeah. He looks up.
We are related through marriage by their third cousin, and I will have you know that the von Klausbergs, whilst we are not well known, are proud people. And we just went out adventuring and came back from the new land.
He perks up at this. He perks up at this and looks at you and goes, "The new land, you say?
Yes,
Do you have any proof? Do you have any proof?"
I pull up my documentation showing that my name is Rorik von Klausberg, and all the bullshit that I've written down in there. And I also pull out I pull out the documentation of me signing for that ship. With the name Rorik von Klausberg and Klaus von
Quickly
Klausberg.
scratched out, whited it out, and just, okay, here you go.
No. I wrote in Rorik von Klausberg when I wrote my name.
Oh, okay.
So I show him the documentation that I've been taking from the captain's quarter about it. I show the documentation that I forged from, what's his name, O'Cole's signature
Sergeant
that I read earlier? Sergeant O'Cole's signature while I was fucking around the captain's quarter. Noting all these great deeds, and I go, as you can see through here, all this documentation has proven that I am who I say I am. We just sailed back from the ship. Our ship's very badly damaged. It was quite a hard war. But you know, you gotta have a great war to have a good amount of gold in it, and we fought very valiantly. Me and my brother, we took down the remnants of a desiccated ship of the 3rd Legion. Would you believe that?
The
Legion fell.
A hush comes over the room and everybody's looking at you.
I look at them and go, the 3rd Legion was desiccated and corrupted by this new land.
Give me a performance roll real quick.
Performance?
Let's see. Performance. Let's see how well your story is. Or deceive, whichever's higher.
Am I there to assist?
Yeah, you're there to assist. You can flash your armor.
You know what? Yeah, flash your armor, throw in your performance, and I'm going to use a... I'll just do performance.
Yeah, can I give like a whole speech of we fought valiantly against
waves
of undead?
Go for it.
Oh God. I got a 12 and you got an 11.
Actually, I was going to give you advantage on both of them.
Oh, then I got a
Because
16 and he's got a 13.
guy is looking at your paperwork and he's saying everything's in order. And everybody around you is just getting closer and closer and just is encapsulated by your story.
Okay, so I go on there more grandstanding as my brother flashes his armor and does all these. What are you doing in the background?
I was about to say, at some point you forget and you just kind of wander away from the desk towards the stage telling your stories.
Mm-hmm. Wait, there's a stage here? Yeah, I guess for like the
It's
music.
a high-class hotel.
Yeah.
A high-class hotel. So now that we're no longer on the thing and everyone's in the lounge and we're standing up there, brother, what are you doing while I'm reciting these words? I need to know what your performances are. Well, yeah.
I'm talking about how we fought off waves of the undead Third Legion.
Are you like showing them like just wow and stuff like that too?
Mm-hmm. Like I'm putting on a proper dramatic flair. I'm the gladiator background, so like, you know, kind of enthrall the crowd with the battle and stuff.
Yeah. So my brother's in the background chatting to them as well, flaring up these axes, showing them as he was swinging around. You know, I guess he's encapsulating them, and I'm out there too talking to them. And I'm going to do the opposite of that, where I'm not boisterous. I'm just talking and doing hand gestures as I'm trying to rapture them with my words while he's doing all these actions as well. You know, the good shock and awe.
I was about to say, as you're seeing there, you see the people like, like just the facial expressions. You have them. You have them in the hand.
We fought through that ship. My brother and I, just side by side at one point, just so many undead. 6,660 of them, just top of my head. But we fought through that at the very end, as even a god came through, a would-be god came down and looked upon us. Brother, if you don't remember this, you were knocked out during this point. It's okay.
Excuse me.
This is the point where you lost them in the crowd, and this is why you have a 13 versus like a 20. Because you're sitting there just like, huh?
You mean versus 16?
Yeah, versus a 16. You're just sitting there like, huh?
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, even a god came forth to acknowledge this. He looked into my eyes. He said, sir, you know, many have come to this land and they sought to take my riches that I had here, but you know not what they have seen. I am Mark. I don't know who Mark is, but you know what? He was very terrifying. This beast. You know what I said? I said, Mark, today is the first day of the last day of your life.
And everybody's leaning forward. And now we're here.
And I don't want to tell you what happened there, but needless to say, we got out of there. But we lost so much of it down there, and we lost so many of our crew. If it wasn't for my valiant brother, and I pat his armor, carried half our crew on the back of his, just on the back of his shield.
Shield.
And I look around, I'm like, breastplate that he had at the time. There was a shield that he had with the breastplate that he was carrying them. My brother's a beast, I tell you. Just dragging them through there. And, well, we're home now. We're, as the Von Klossbergs are...
Beast is a racial slur to Dragonborn.
Brother, we don't like people calling us lizards and dragons.
That's our word. You can't use that.
Excuse me, and I look at the crowd. Lizards be like...
Lizards be like...
So after all that, I'm just like, we just got home. And as the Von Klossbergs we are, and I pat him on the breastplate again, we're looking for board. The only downside is that we lost so much in that ship that I turned my head down.
Popular demand, you know.
You could have, but I like my idea too.
As you're coming to the end and you're starting to solicit for money, they are starting to stand up and clap. You see a few head over to the desk, and the man who was behind the desk, of course, as you would imagine, greased back hair, a snooty little mustache. He walks up and hands you the key.
What a Guido.
Like, yeah, exactly. And he hands you the key and says, your room and board are handled for quite a while, actually.
And I pat the man on the shoulder. I'm like, good. Now, I got 6 people.
Well, I guess I could divide up the payments for your room into several different ones for shorter periods of time, but that would still be about a week for like 6 rooms.
Oh,
The
no need. We just need 3. So 2 weeks worth.
2 weeks for 3 rooms? That's very, very good. You
All
also,
right.
as he walks away, another patron walks up to you and says, "So, for your wares, do you have someplace you need to store them?"
And I look at him and go, "Yes, my friend. It's being kept at the Port Royal, guarded by my third cousin's wife's brother."
Spare me the details of the relations. So what I heard from that was yes, well, I own a small area within the port authorities storage area that I think I could probably have them move aside some of the armaments for a hero of your stature's supplies, if you're interested.
I'm going to need to hear that one more time.
I
Just
have
the roundabout. I didn't hear that well.
Oh, okay. He was saying he has an area where you can put your supplies that is within the middle of the like military operations of Imperialis, and he says I can have them just move their shit to the side, and you can put yours there. He's not
May I
operating
ask who you
heroes.
are?
I am. Oh, goddamn.
Do you often know Mr. Name or is your name In which case I am quite disconcerted.
He looks at you quite snootily as though that is Sir I am Sir of Ummington.
Ummington, I haven't heard from that before. Have you ever heard of Klausberg?
That is why I sympathize with you. Us lesser noble families must stay together. Especially one.
I hug him and I go, brother! Brother, come here. I'm like, I'll take you up on that offer. I do have just some supplies I'd like you to hold on to, if you would. We're bringing up part of our provisions that we were able to take from there, as well as a sale from the 13th Legion, banners as well, a couple of books that we found, just some odds and ends. I myself would like to supervise this if I could.
Very well. Here, and he says, meet me back down here in 2 or 3 hours, and I'll have one of my men show you to the lot, and you can have your crew take your things over.
All right. So then we get the keys to the rooms?
Yep.
All right. So I turn to my brother. I'm like, I got an idea. We got 3 rooms, 6 people. What do you say we give them 1 room and we take our own 2 rooms?
They also all used to live here, so they all have their own houses and whatnot they can go to.
Probably not as good as an amazing hotel, am I right? I pay well. They just don't know about it. Thank you. Your answer.
Sorry, what?
You paying so much attention.
No, I mean, it's like that. I didn't think what you just said had like required me to say anything.
Yeah, it does.
He was asking you if you wanted your own room or if you wanted to share.
Fine, either way.
All right, I'm gonna give him his own room, and I'm gonna be like, if you could go down there and take part of this whole new guy, I don't necessarily trust him myself. Just find out what he's gonna do with our armors and stuff, and
keep him under close watch and just intimidate Sander with like hand on the axe. Well, I mean, not axe out, but like ready to pull it out if he does anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to give him some of the documentation that I have with his name being Klaus von Klausberg.
Sir of Ummington.
Klaus von Klausberg. Yes, Sir of Ummington is the guy's name.
I was about to say, you had to push me. But now there's literally a character whose name is of Ummington. Okay.
Then I'm going to go up. I'm going to find Scylla and give her one of the rooms. And I'm going to tell her that I know it'd probably be nicer to stay in this hotel than it would be wherever she's at. And I'll say, here, I got this hotel for you. Thank you very much for coming with us, and go about my entire spiel, just, talking really up on her and being like, we're getting payment for this right now, and I'm going to pay you well on it. I appreciate everything you've done, and then I'm going to go to my room and take a rest.
All right. Well, she and James will go up to the extra room. Idir and Gregory have been back trying to haul the supplies, and they're kind of at the port with the rest of the... They're kind of at port watching your supplies, because you said you dismissed the rest of the crew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just at port watching this like huge bunch of supplies in the ship. Just like, you think they forgot about us? Hmm.
Brother, it is now Yurko. What are you gonna be doing?
I'm keeping an eye on the guy, right?
Yeah, you're following of Edmonton to go get our
Alright.
supplies.
Yeah, of Emmington is down in the lobby in 2 hours, and he
I'll
has
be right back.
and he has 2 aides with him. Just they look essentially like not slave boys, but servants. And he's like, yes, this other Tigerian, come with me. Do you have your men ready to see where the spot is? Everything's been cleared with the port authority. Dank, this is it.
He's asking if everybody's ready.
Yeah, he's asking you if everybody's ready.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm deaf. If not, there will be soon.
All right. Well, come with me and let me show you. If you have your map of Imperialis up, you will see that. I'll pull it up myself.
Okay, hold up then.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's on its side.
No, that's fine. So where are we?
You're at the Captain's Call, the nicer tavern of them all. I just want to upload it. Oh, there it is.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I can't quite open it for some reason. But oh well. Yeah, you're at the Captain's Call, and he is taking you essentially up into the military area. I gotta pull out mine because mine on my computer is not working. But yeah, you were going up to the military district, which is essentially just straight up past the admin building. And there's like warehouses and whatnot, and he points you towards one that's actually relatively close by, and he says, "I own this one. The guards, I'll have the military move their things. I'll have you in a special slot in the back. Don't worry about protection. It's guarded 24 hours a day by the military. Plus, in fact, who would want to come over here in the military district? There's guards everywhere."
Did we have anywhere else to put our goods? Because this guy doesn't seem too trustworthy.
Well, he's offering that. You could probably either leave them at the docks, or you could try and sneak them into your rooms. But I mean, you're at a swing point, so I think I think N's original idea was to, keep everything close by in the room, so you can be like Scrooge McDuck and just like swim around in your gold.
In our 4 breastplates.
Exactly.
Hey! You don't know how much those are worth. They could be worth gold.
Well, we need to sell them, and then we can Scrooge McDuck.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so yeah, I guess I'll get a good view of the place.
For what you
But
can
I'm
tell,
gonna be like extremely wary because
well, if you feel free to roll perception checks and whatnot. But from your passive
yeah, like
perception-
we haven't started loading the stuff there.
Yeah, I was about to
right?
say. Well, it's still at the docks at the other place with Idir and Gregory looking over it. But in this warehouse, as you go in to look it over, you see what he's motioning to in the back, and it's a large shelf area that's starting to get cleared off. And what you can see around is just generically. So yeah, I'll use your passive perception. I'll generically just let you, you just see, just military supplies. You see helmets. You see breastplates. You see swords. You see just basic military supplies that a naval warehouse would have. So you get the idea that this is a privately owned warehouse that's leased out to the military.
Okay. What kind of things is this guy saying?
He's saying that you're welcome to just put your stuff back there. He said he's having the military move the stuff from the shelves, and you're welcome to just put your stuff back there, have the military keep an eye on it, and he won't even charge you for the slot in the warehouse, because, the heroes from the New World.
Okay, yep, he's gonna arrange for some thief or something to take it. Or just bribe the guards or something. Bribe the military. Yeah, no, we'll just guard our ship.
All right, so you're gonna just you're gonna be like, well, thank you for your offer, but the men don't want to.
Yeah,
move it.
like respectfully decline.
Yeah, so you're gonna sit there and be like, well, Thank you for the offer, but our men don't want to strain and getting all of our supplies completely from the other side of Imperialis over to here. But thank you once again for your offer. And Sir Alma Flemington just looks a little taken aback, but he's like, I understand. Business is business.
Cries a single tear as he realizes that no one trusts him.
No, he doesn't even cry. He just, summons the manservants away and
No, just
takes
cries
off.
inside.
Yeah, essentially, he was a little sad inside, but the heroes dissed him. All he wanted to do was let his heroes park their fancy stuff in his garage. Okay, you went too far with that one. I'm saying, like, if you meet your hero...
No. He wants all of our stuff in his house. That way he could be like, look what I have.
Exactly. Come on, if you met your hero and your hero was driving a Ferrari, he's like, yo, man, mind if I park this in your garage?
I've been like, yeah, park it in my garage.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd bring anyone over and be like, look at this Ferrari,
Look at
baby,
this Ferrari
I got it.
I just bought, yeah. And then when he comes back, it's like, nothing happened.
Yeah, no. I even buffed it and waxed it for you.
Exactly. Yeah, if you guys are starting to get the sense, even from the nobility, you're being looked up to. So you're essentially coming back from the new land. You are heroes.
I mean, yeah, it's just like I'm all too familiar with the minor noble makes a grab for fame and fortune thing.
Oh, I know. That's why he wasn't upset when he walked away.
Good man. You're giving the von Klausbergs a good name.
All right.
Hey, if I take the brewer's supplies for my proficiency due to the battle master thing, because apparently they did get proficiency in an extra artisan tools thing, that mean I could just like brew alcohol and sell it?
Yes, you can. We can make a brewery out of the money we get.
Yeah, or open a tavern. Sell your own microbrews.
We'll call it the Blackbriar Meadery, and anyone we don't like inside that meadery,
So creative.
kill.
Wow,
the
where
von
did you
Klausberg-
get this completely original idea?
We'll call it the Klausbergsburg, or the K in the Klaus.
We also should make arrangements for our ship to be repaired.
Ooh. So you're still away and I'm still like napping, right?
Well, if you hadn't noticed, in the lobby area when you first came in, there is like a little schwanky tavern kind of like thing, but it's like a high class bar, like if you're having drinks at the Hilton kind of thing. So you can tell that some of the elites would come in and have their self one of those nice fuzzy drinks with the umbrella. So you might be able to make some connections down there.
Well,
I mean, I think we just need to talk to. Those aren't the people you talk to get your ship repaired, though.
no, we don't. Saying that if we all meet back up, like what? Okay, so if I'm with my brother now, say that he met me back at the hotel, and now I'm a part of this.
Yeah.
I would be. We would be talking now about everything.
Yeah.
And
I
I'd be
figured
like,
that's
okay,
what happened.
Okay, yeah. Well, I didn't get any ideas that I was back into this, so I was just.
Yeah, you're back in now.
All right. So I'm like, okay, well, brother, what do you think we should do? We might be able to run this for like 2 weeks, us staying in this hotel, and we need to use that time to get ourselves a plan in action. What do you want to do?
Pay.
Well, that's if we arrange for the ship to be repaired immediately. It shouldn't take too long.
Well, the only thing coming up with that ship is that right now we don't really have a crew. We have a crew that I've promised to pay. I don't know when we're going to get our gold in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At that note, we also only have 2 people guarding it, and
We only have 2 people guarding the ship?
yeah, we only have 2 people guarding it. It's Idea and
Because everybody else got fired.
Why do you do these things?
They got laid off.
I mean, what time of day is it?
It's starting to fall to dusk.
Okay, brother.
Okay, well, I can't use this hotel room. I have to go and take watches on the ship.
I will go and take watch on the ship, and I'll take half a watch that Gregory and Idea are not there, okay? So they'll watch half the night, them 2, and I'll watch the other half of the night just by myself. I'm resting and relaxed. I haven't used my ice breath yet. I used it right in the room. No, I didn't do it. But I'm like,
there's a nice icicle now. Feels like home.
I'm resting and relaxed. I'll go down there. I've spent this afternoon taking a nap in my room. I'll go down there and watch it. You take your rest here. In the morning, we can go look for a crew to go watch our ship. We also have to worry about if we can actually keep the ship, because it's not ours. We've just been captaining it. You know what I mean? So we need to go get a crew.
You could do your special business and procure a will
Are you
for
saying
the
that
deceased captain.
Are you saying that because I've been hanging around the captain's quarter long enough that I can go make a will? Leaving
Forge
it to
a
us?
will.
Okay, well, when I'm over there, I'll forge a will then. We're in my room, by the way. We're not in any place else other than the safe comfort of my hotel room.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
They
You're
have
seeing the
spies.
DM over here like. Chaos.
I will. I'll go back there. I'll spend half the night sleeping and the other half the night watching. I'll also forge some documents saying that the captain's died and he's leaving everything he has to the next elected captain of the ship. I'll leave it that
I'll say he
vague.
leaves the ship, and that we can't have it be
Everything he
suspicious.
has, because I don't know if the ship's his. You know what I mean? He's not allowed to set sail. He could be renting the ship. Everything he has, he'll leave to the next elected captain. I was the elected captain, as were you. So we'll get all of his stuff. And if he has the ship, then we get the ship. If he doesn't have the ship, we kick the thatch bottom and let it sink.
Why though? That's a warship.
That warship is not ours, and I want it. And if they're not going to give it to us, we'll sink it.
We gonna get to the new world on a rowboat?
We'll find another way, brother.
Gregory does own a fishing
Hold up.
boat.
I think
He does have a fishing pole. We can probably get a rowboat.
oh, I found it. Okay. Warship cost 25,000 gold pieces.
They might. We will make a strong urge that they let us have it, and if they don't want it, then we just wreck it.
We will drive the ship. We will sail the ship into the port if you do not give it to us.
No, we just sneak back on, kick the thatch bottom, let it fill up with water, and then we leave. All right.
You know, I should
Uh,
really have the
I'm
Skype
waiting
thing
for an
open
area
because
for
I feel.
DM.
So how about this? Tomorrow morning, whenever you wake up, you go look for a crew. Some at least 3 people you can trust to guard the ship. And then look for about a couple people you think will help manage the ship and want to go across the new world. I will forge the documentation, watch the ship tonight, wake up, go to the Port Royal, and see what I can do about getting the ship ourselves. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then roughly right about halfway through noon, we'll just come back here and peace out, man. All right. So then I head back to the ship, and I'm going to look for documentation from the captain that I might have found along the way.
You would have already had read it. You were sleeping in his freaking old room.
Yeah, so then I forged documentation that specifically says everything I have on this ship and everything this ship is, I give to the next elected captain.
And then make sure to forge like something declaring you captain.
I feel like we have a call's word.
Yeah.
I'm also
Well,
going
he knows
to-
that you lied to become captain.
O'Call was totes okay with us becoming captain.
Yeah, a call appointed you two. If you don't recall, if you actually recall, he essentially appointed the two of you.
Oh yeah.
Whoever's the next appointed captain.
How
Mhm.
how you guys would be familiar with? Do either of you have backgrounds that would make you familiar with like naval traditions in the Imperium?
Uh,
I'm a gladiator.
he's a gladiator and I'm a businessman, so no.
No.
Charlatan.
Okay, then never mind.
So next day, who do you want to begin with? Which story?
Nard, you've actually been sitting pretty quiet, so we'll start with you.
I don't know. I don't feel like I took a very active kind of role in this campaign.
So-
Now's your chance. Come on. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. We'll start with you.
I
Yes.
mean, the thing is though, like, I assume this would be unless there's like an encounter with thieves or whatever, just kind of like you go along and wait for to find a contact. Well, we have
Randy,
we have Randy Newman searching for somebody to buy the stuff.
You do. Where are you staying, by the way? Are you still at the hotel?
I guess.
Yeah, okay. So as you wake up the next morning, you go down to the lobby, and you actually see Randy just sitting there, like, humming one of his old tunes, like, do 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 do. And he kind of turns around and he starts
Randy
frantically waving.
Newsstand, my man.
Hey, what is up, my friend?
Whoa, that's a completely different accent than he had
I know.
before.
He's a
You're
man.
not Randy. Decapitated.
Summary
And we-
execution. Anyway,
He's a coward. He must die.
what's he's gonna change accents every now and then, okay? What is up? Hello, how are you doing? Your brother and you told me to find some people who are interested. Well, apparently you made a big act here. Big act here at the show, and people flooded the market looking for supplies from the new land and nearly bought out some stands, but I told them that if they were patient, I could have the men themselves right in front of them and offer them the gold pieces. So, what do you say? You and your brother perhaps, come by my stand a little later on today and hawk off some of your wares to the nobles?
Sounds like a deal, my friend.
All
Don't
right.
disappoint.
Well, I will be at my stand all day. Got nothing else better to do. Just stop on by and I'll tell people to just, stick around.
Wow, you're a Skyrim merchant. Okay.
Well, also, he knows that this is payday. So he just kind of goes and skips off. He very, very gaily just goes and skips off. You know how you get when it's just you're so excited, this is going to be a good day? That's exactly how he's just kind of handling himself as he just kind of skips off.
It's a beautiful day.
Exactly. Nard, we're still on you. What do you want to do? If you're looking at your map of Imperialis, I forgot what exactly you were going to be doing, but if I remember correctly, you were the one who was going to the Port Authority?
I was the one going to the what?
Were you going to the Port Authority, or were you taking shift over for N, and N was going to the Port Authority? Because I know you guys had this day planned out. I just kind of lost track halfway through.
I don't think we ever talked about that, to be honest.
We did.
But no, we didn't talk about the Port Authority.
Yes, we did. We had an entire conversation about what you should do. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to do whatever I said I was going to do. And if we bump into each other, it's going to be fun.
Okay.
Well, I would obviously go to my brother to tell him the news.
Okay. So you head your way over across the Great Gate and find yourselves at the old port right next to the slums, and your brother is sitting there.
So I took the ladder of the watch. So I would have been up at the crack of noon, and I would have immediately done my tasks.
All right.
So I would not be at the ship by the time he made it way back over there.
All right. What were you doing then? Let's go ahead and go back to your story. What were you doing
after
you did your stuff? So
I'm gonna type it to you, and I'm gonna let Nard do his now because I sense.
But no. Hey,
Yeah.
my brain went dead.
It's
But
okay.
my character would obviously remember what our
Okay.
plan was.
Okay, so it was.
So if I needed to be somewhere, I would go
Okay.
there.
Okay, so what I said was I was going to go to the Port Authority and see about the ship. I forged the documentation so that I can see if we can go get the ship. Whatever you're doing was to go get us the people, sell off our wares, and handle anything else about what we need for the ship to run.
Mm-hmm.
I set you to do a ton of stuff. Whatever you basically wanted to do and however you wanted to do it.
okay.
Okay, could we start loading up all the stuff that we got from the ship
Yeah.
onto like a
You're
cart or
over
whatever
there
to
and you
take over to the
find-
stand.
Yeah, you find Gregory and Idir over there. Just the two of them still, and they're just sitting there just kind of looking at everything. It's like, we can slowly start making our way over there with it, but it's going to take a few hours, boss. Gregory's about as big around as my pinky. He's not a big man, and Idir's short and he's big, but he only has one crate in him at a time.
Well, can we rent
for
a
a
cart
cart?
or something?
All right. Well, they both just looking. It's like,
Could we hire a porter or whatever and put the crates in?
yeah, sure. You find somebody who can transport the crates over the wall, but it'll cost you about 10 copper to use his cart and all that.
Oh no! Oh, I don't have change. I only have 17 gold.
He looks at one gold and is like, I could do it for a gold. He's looking you,
Overpay me, yes.
looking you up and down. Is like, I can do this, yeah. So are you gonna pay him a gold?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well,
And I'll warn him that if he drops anything, he'll be paying back in fingers.
He looks you up and down, looks at that, and is like, I can do that. Yeah. And he just quickly gets off and starts like helping Idir and Gregory, putting the cart things on his cart, and he's just slowly taking about 4 or 5 chests at a time over to the the marketplace. And Idir and Gregory are getting their own things and are slowly bringing them along. It'll probably still take 2 or 3 trips, but I mean, you can sell off the stuff slowly as you get to the market. If you were to stand there at the marketplace and start negotiating deals out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
What else would you like to do? Would you just like them to leave to go and... Do you want them to just go ahead and spend that time getting the stuff over to the
That's not-
market, or would you like to do something else along with that?
Please be a critical fail. Damn it. Brewer
So
supplies.
I didn't hear what you said. What was the last part?
Would you like to do something else, or would you like to go ahead and head on over to the market? Because you're actually in the slums where you guys were previously recruiting your new minions, who some of which have proved quite fruitful. Can't talk.
Break the wills of everyone around you, and they will just come up diamonds.
Yeah.
I don't know. Scylla hasn't done much but bitch at you, but
I'm gonna be keeping
I have a
close
long
eye
time.
over every like caravan of supplies. Is that what we're calling them?
yeah.
Because like if that stuff gets stolen,
Yeah, that
then the
makes sense.
thief is going in the canal.
Okay. A few guys are oohing and awing, but I actually want you to roll me an intimidation real quick. You still have your breastplate on, correct?
Mm-hmm.
With advantage, please.
14.
Oh yeah. Well, if anybody was trying anything, they're not gonna do it. They just see you strutting with your 3rd Legion breastplate, and they're just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna fuck with the 3rd Legion. No. So you make your way over to the market, and you get, after about 2 or 3 hours, not 2 or 3 hours, probably about an hour of caravanning, you get your stuff over there. And Randy Newman's just sitting there looking at the mountain of crates, and is like, you can just see the big old grin on his face. It's like, yep, today I'm sleeping in gold. Anything else you would like to do,
Okay.
or would you like me to go ahead and cut to N?
Yeah. Yeah, I got to him.
All right, N, we're cutting to you now. What are you doing?
So as soon as the Gregory and Idir woke up, I immediately head out with the documentation I've been forging, and I'm gonna look for O'Call before I do anything else.
Okay. Well, you head on over to the Port Authority, and where you imagine that it's essentially a military building where all of the sergeants would check in and do all that stuff. So you head on over there, and you ask the lady at the front. It's like, do you know where Sergeant O'Call is? And she waves up a courier and talks to him and sends him off. It's like, he'll be here in a bit.
All right. Well, I wait patiently for my bestie.
All right. O'Call walks in and he says, what can I do for you?
Well, you told me to check in at the Port Authority, Port Royal, and I sent Gregory over here to go do all the paperwork, but I'm actually here to go, follow through with the rest of the stuff, uh, including what we're doing with the ship. It has a couple leaks in it, and it might need some repairs. And I don't know if I should be doing that or if I should leave it for the captain. I don't really know whose ship it is. Is what I'm really getting at. I don't hand.